The scariest monsters on Earth don't live on land. They live in boiling water, in total darkness, wrapped in toxic metal smoke 2 miles under the ocean. Down where sunlight never reaches, the seafloor splits open and Earth starts leaking. Superheated water, hotter than your oven, blasts out of black chimneys like industrial exhaust from the planet's core. Sulfur, heavy metals, temperatures that should kill everything. And yet, clustered around these hydrothermal vents is a living city of freaks. Worms that survive in water that could strip your skin. Crabs that farm bacteria on their own bodies like moving factories. Snails that wear iron armor grown from the metals in the vent itself. This isn't the peaceful under the sea from children's books. This is the industrial hell of the ocean. And tonight, you're going to meet 5 of its most terrifying residents. The first creature shouldn't exist. It defies biology, physics, even logic. This is the scaly-foot snail, the only known animal on Earth that wears metal armor. Not metaphorical armor, real armor, forged from iron. It lives so close to hydrothermal vents that its entire body has absorbed the metals blasting from the Earth's crust. The result? A snail with iron scales, iron particles in its tissues, and a shell reinforced with pyrite fool's gold. This is not an animal. This is a medieval weapon crawling on the ocean floor. When predators attack, the scaly foot snail does something horrifying. It doesn't run. It doesn't hide. It lets them strike. Its shell is so strong it can withstand crushing pressure, razor claws, and temperatures hot enough to melt bone. It simply waits until the attacker gives up. Imagine an organism so tough it turns predators into exhausted victims. Down here, survival isn't about speed or poison. It's about being harder than everything else. Literally. The scaly-foot snail isn't the biggest or the fastest, but it may be the most unkillable animal ever discovered. The next creature looks harmless at first. Soft, fuzzy, almost cute, until you realize those fluffy arms aren't fur. They're living farms of toxic bacteria. This is the Yeti crab, the blind assassin of the deep. Its entire world is darkness. No eyes, no colors, no sunlight. So it evolved a new strategy, a horrifying one. It waves its hairy arms over hydrothermal vents like a farmer tending crops, cultivating colonies of poison-producing microbes. These microbes live on its claws in thick white mats, and the crab eats them directly off its own body. A creature that farms its own food from chemicals that would be lethal to us. But the true terror comes when something wanders near. The Yeti crab doesn't chase. It just reaches out and drags victims toward the vent's superheated water. A slow, boiling execution. No sound, no struggle. Just a white silhouette in total darkness, playing God with anything smaller than itself. Cute? No. This is a walking biohazard that cultivates death on its own hands. Something is watching you, not moving, not blinking, just watching. Those glowing eyes belong to a creature older than dinosaurs, older than sharks, older than almost everything with a spine. This is the ghost shark, also known as the chimera. It lives where even monsters hesitate to go. The burning edges of hydrothermal vents, where water is black with metal and the heat can cook flesh in seconds. The ghost shark moves differently from any fish you know. It doesn't swim. It glides, its wings spreading like a spirit drifting through boiling darkness. But the nightmare begins when you see its face. Unlike real sharks, ghost sharks have cartilaginous plates in their heads that create a shape disturbingly close to a human face. A flattened skull, a mouth that looks too much like a grin, eyes that shine like wet glass. It feels wrong, like something that remembers what your face looks like. And then it opens its mouth. Not rows of teeth, but rotating tooth plates evolved to crush bone, shell, metal, anything that wanders too close. Its skin is covered in sensory lines that can detect your heartbeat from meters away. You can't hide. You can't stay still. If you're here, it already knows. Ghost sharks don't attack quickly. They approach slowly, a steady glide, a quiet inspection, a silent decision whether you are prey or competition. Down here, in the black heat of the vents, the scariest thing isn't what you can't see. It's what is staring directly back at you. You're deep enough now, far past safety, far past sunlight, and far, far past anything that should be alive. Because living inside the black plumes themselves, inside liquid metal vapor hot enough to strip skin, is the most terrifying creature of this world. The giant vent squid, a predator built by chemistry, not evolution. A creature sharpened by poison, forged by pressure, and perfected by heat that would melt your bones. Its body is jet black, not from pigment, but from mineral particles infused into its skin. It is armor made of smoke, camouflage made of darkness. You don't see the squid. You see the plume shift, just slightly, and suddenly the water around you goes quiet, as if something massive has just slipped out of sight. Then the tentacles appear, not like normal squid arms. These are long, rope-like appendages that stretch farther than your headlights can reach, armed with rotating hooks, serrated suction rings, chemical sensors that taste your presence in the water. The giant vent squid doesn't chase. It ambushes, hiding in the smoke like a demon born inside a chimney of hell. When prey drifts too close, one tentacle snaps out, then another, then 6 more. Victims are dragged backward, into the boiling plume, where heat and toxins finish the kill long before the beak does. And that beak, that obsidian black razor hidden beneath its arms, is one of the most powerful cutting tools in the ocean. A single bite can shear through shell, bone, or metal plating. Scientists believe some individuals reach sizes comparable to the colossal squid, but nobody truly knows. Because nothing that sees a giant vent squid up close ever comes back intact. Down here, in the underworld of boiling oceans, this creature is not the apex predator. It is the executioner.